has reversed his decision in a violent assault case after questions raised by News Channel 5 investigates. Good evening, I'm Vicki Yates.
And I'm Rory Johnston. This video shows 4 men beating a teenager in a motel parking lot nearly 2 years ago. But our investigation revealed the 4 men charged had their cases transferred to a controversial court for non-violent offenders. Our investigative reporter Ben Hall has covered this case from the beginning. Ben, tell us about this latest twist.
Latest twist, there was a hearing in this case, a very recent hearing, but the victim's mom says she had no idea it was happening, and prosecutors did not tell the judge about the nature of the attack.
My child get beat it so bad. Why he don't even he is not a normal child to me anymore.
Anna Jimenez just wants justice for her son. You think he thinks about it?
Yes, he do. Yeah, he thinks about it all the time.
They're beating him. They're beating someone to death.
Nearly 2 years ago, witnesses called 911 to report a brutal beating in a motel parking lot.
I was screaming. I called the police, telling them they're killing this kid. They're going to kill him.
Judith Edwards worked at the motel, which caught the beating on its security cameras. We blurred the face of Anna Jimenez's 17-year-old son. He was driven to the parking lot by his cousin. After he got out of the car, an older man started punching him. Another puts a gun on the pavement and joins in the attack. 4 men repeatedly punch and kick him, even while he's on the ground.
They started just beating him and beating him and beating him and beating him.
Police arrested 4 men and charged them all with a felony. Days after the arrest, the father of one of the suspects donated $500 to Judge Rachel Bell's re-election campaign. He gave another $500 to District Attorney Glenn Funk's campaign. As we first reported, their cases were suddenly transferred into a rarely used court set up by Judge Bell for non-violent misdemeanor offenders, which allows them to wipe the arrests off their records. Why do you think they aren't in jail?
I guess they got more money than us, something going on.
Jimenez says she never agreed to reduce the charges in the case. But as we previously reported, court records indicate she gave permission, noting the prosecutor spoke to the victim's mother.
They never asked me nothing about it, none of the way. They always called. They called me and told me about that they had changed the charges to something else. Yes.
And if they had asked you, what would you have said?
No.
None of the judges in Davidson County wanted to touch the controversial case after Judge Bell recused herself. So former Robertson County Judge Max Fagan was appointed to hear the case.
What is a CARES court?
We obtained audio of the hearing Judge Fagan held in February. He asked for information about what CARES court even was.
Let's just establish that we are in General Sessions Court, because I don't know what a CARES court is.
He then asked prosecutors what they wanted to do with the case, but they did not have much to say.
If Your Honor chooses to just outright dismiss this case is ultimately going to defer to the court.
With little information to go on, the judge nollied the case, meaning it was dismissed unless prosecutors wanted to bring it back. The judge handwrote on the final order that prosecutors expressly consented to whatever the court decided. That day, the 4 men went to have their charges expunged and their arrests wiped off their records. There was just a hearing about this. Did you know anything about that hearing?
No.
Jimenez says she learned about the hearing only after we told her about it. She was never told and could not believe prosecutors did not push the case forward. What do you think about that?
I've been mad. I'm already mad for hearing it from this hearing it. I'm mad.
She was more upset hearing defense attorneys talked about her, telling the judge she was motivated by politics, trying to hurt Judge Bell's re-election campaign.
Mom was in agreement. When the election started going on, Mom came out of agreement.
I ain't give a crap about none of that. I ain't care about none of that. I just wanted justice for my child.
We asked District Attorney Glenn Funk's office why the cases involving these 4 men had been nollied. A spokesperson responded that whatever happened in court did not end the state's ability to prosecute. After still more questions, Judge Fagan issued a new order. He rescinded his previous ruling and put the cases back on the docket.
If it had been my way, they'd been all in jail right now. If it was my way.
Jimenez believes the district attorney's office would have dropped the cases long ago if we hadn't kept asking questions. She wants Glenn Funk to recuse himself, just like Judge Bell did, because he took a campaign contribution from the suspect's father.
You think if your son did this
to them and anybody else, but he'll be in jail.
She wants to see the justice system work for people like her who don't contribute to campaigns.
what message does it send if they get away with this?
Everybody else can do the same thing too. Go beat on somebody's kids and just go on, live their life like nothing never happened.
A spokesman for Glenn Funk said his office will not recuse itself because Funk did not know about the donation until we asked. The victim's mom has been subpoenaed to the next hearing, and that is on Friday.